All right, so this is not a panning picture, but this is the picture I'm just going to use to show you what we're going to do next. All right, we are going to start to edit our pictures. So the first thing that I want us to do is we are going to go to Filter, Convert for Smart Filter, and then all that's going to happen right here is this little box is going to appear. And we'll come back to that and you'll understand why we did that in a minute. All right, so then the next thing that you're going to do is we're going to go to Camera Raw Filter. And our picture is going to pop up like this. Okay, and here are all of the adjustments that we can use on our picture. Okay, so underneath basic is the ones that we use the most, okay, in here. And then these ones we don't use as often, but I want us to try them out. So right now, just kind of like looking at this, I know that there's a little bit extra blue in the picture, so I'm bringing over a little bit of the yellow. And then you can, if you can't see it, you can always just like drag it and say, okay, and visually, like if you automatically don't look at it and say, oh, there was too much blue in that picture, you can just check on them and just click and drag, go back and forth, just like I did. So I like to do exposure last. I like to go to shadow first, and this is just me. So I like to brighten up the shadows a little bit, okay? And then it is a little out of focus, but once a picture is out of focus, and I'm also saying that this is not my photo, but if your picture is out of focus, you can't bring it back. You can make it a little bit clearer, but watch what happens when I go on to clarity right here. So I start to make it clearer, but it gets like super, super dark and super like over edited, basically. Like if you like the dog, it's not showing up as much, but like if you look at this person's skin tone, like look at that, okay? So, you know, there's the skin tone, but the dog, I'm gonna say right there. Okay, then my blacks, I like to darken those up. My whites, I like to whiten those up as well. And then maybe contrast a little bit, then go up to my exposure. Maybe make it a little bit better there. Vibrance, saturation, these two go a long way. Little goes a long way for these guys. And then if I hit OK. So what happens, the reason we did the convert to the smart filter, okay, is that it creates another layer underneath. So if I take this off, this is what the picture looked like before, and I turn it back on. These are the little eyes. I'm clicking on them and clicking off of them. It can show you what you did, but then you can also click back on it. Sorry, just waiting. And it brings you right back to that screen. If we did not do convert to smart filter, this screen would not be here. You could undo what you did, but you couldn't come back into here and say, oh, you know, maybe I did a little too much contrast. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Then I'm going to go into here. Here's your curves. If you click and like drag this over and do this, sometimes you won't even be able to see anything, but you might, there we go. Just trying, I'm not doing it to make it a good edit. I'm doing it so you can just kind of see what's happening. There we go. Okay. And I can just cancel that as well. So what I would like you to do for the next 15, 20 minutes is I'd like you to just try out your Camera Raw filter and try out those different things. So you're trying out the basic one. Come on. Sorry, it's being a little slow. And then I want you to start to try these different things as well. And you're just, I don't want it to be a perfect picture. I just want you to try to experiment a little bit with it. Okay, go do that now.